Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry, my internet modem died. My internet went out for like a split second, and so everything died and then restarted, and so my stream went out. We're back. Kind of ruined the stream for today, but I apologize about that, guys. We're back up and running, though. Yeah, sorry, my bad, guys. Internet died, kind of screwed up my stream, and we're back and running now, so I apologize. It might take a little while to get everybody back in here. My son's having a panic attack because his internet's not working on his iPad. What's up, Mitch? You there, bro?
Yeah, my bad. Just muted.
Okay. No, you're good. Yeah, my internet died, man. Sucks. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Hero is out, man. My internet died. Sorry, brother. We're good, though. We're back. I'll keep the stream running a little bit longer today to compensate for it. Alright. Alright, guys. I'll be right back.
Was looking to get PTON guys, but that one just wicked to 3380s. There's no way of me getting filled there. I had it at the 70s. It looked good. It faded, but the wick never really gave me a chance to get in there. PTON wanted to fade that one, but no entry there for me. Maybe a Beyond Meat fade. Yeah, I haven't taken anything. Looked at PTON, but it just wicked up there. It never really gave me a chance to get in.
Sorry, guys. My son's literally screaming right now, so I
doesn't
gotta
look
mute
bad.
it.
Not a big deal, bro. All right, guys, I'm not seeing anything right out the gates.
All right, guys. Apparently my son has calmed down now. But yeah, sorry guys, my power went out for like a surge for like a second. You know, and when it did that, my internet cable modem went out and had to restart completely. And so I literally had to sit here and wait for my internet to go out. And I wish they would have kept the stream going and then just paused it, but instead they closed the entire stream down. And so, yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. We'll get some viewers back. We'll keep the stream going a little bit longer today to compensate. And yeah, my bad, team. Happens once every blue moon, but it does happen.
All right, guys, gonna look for VWAP rejection play, ENPH. I saw that one try to go green, really fail immediately at 38. So that's why I'm okay with this. If this bounces back to VWAP, taking a trade, 10-cent trade. Let's see.
Yeah, the overall market is dropping big right now. So the market is down to 331.65s. Big drop for the first 5-10 minutes. Most stuff is following it, like AMD, Roku, Space. You know, most of that stuff's falling. Tesla is actually up, though, completely rebounded. So that one's interesting too.
That one needs to rip 1,000 so I can short it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna buy an option if it rips 1,000.
I gotta look at what my NVAX option's doing. Went down to 670. We're just gonna hope NVAX stays red. Still in the money though. Let me see what that pricing is on the option now.
Not seeing much. Saw CGC breakdown there.
What's up, Scott? What's up, brother? There we go. Well, we got back. We got 100 people at least in here now. We'll slowly start growing back. I'm sure it might take a few minutes to get everybody back in here, but we're good. It happens.
Can't do much about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird. I saw the lights flash. Like in my dining room, and my first thought, like as a parent, my first thought is like, I hope my son didn't like hurt himself, like electrocute himself in his room. And so I immediately like went out there and called my son. My son was fine. I looked around the house. My printer restarted down here. I heard my printer restart, and so I was like, okay, it was just a power surge. And yeah, so that's what happened. But it was so quick, it came right back on immediately, but it restarted my internet, which killed my stream. Spy getting hammered.
All right, here's in EMPH, might get instantly squeezed out there. The spread just opened up on me. Not liking it. Getting out. Just got squeezed nasty. Complete reversal there. The only stock that's reversing, I would trade. That's how it goes.
Yeah, the rest of the market's dropping. I thought it was a good trade too when I saw it, but don't stress it, bro. You'll bounce back, man.
It's ridiculous. Sometimes this market, man, it just doesn't make sense, guys. And that's why you have to hold to your risk, because that doesn't make sense for that move to come right back up to 38. There's nothing to give it back up there. It's the spread just opened up and destroyed me. Really doesn't make sense. Definitely not making sense there. It's like there's no even volume up there. So
for me, my freaking put option on NVAX, it's like 30-40 cents in the money, but I'm still losing. It's still a losing option trade. I'm still down like 15 bucks. Makes no sense, man. No sense. Hey dude, at least you didn't accidentally buy 50 shares of Netflix or of Tesla, you know.
It's definitely doesn't make sense there why it went all the way up to 38. I expected maybe at 37.90. It's not even geometric at that 38. And then look at this dip. Doesn't make sense there.
What's up, guys? All right, we got 125 people in here. That's not bad for starting the stream back up 9 minutes ago. You know. What's up, Ray Ray? What's up, Precise? COTY. I was watching COTY this morning, and that one is tradable. AMD's also pulling back to the VWAP. Tesla dropping big here. But yeah, COTY is at the VWAP. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I might go make myself some more coffee. Because mine's cold. I fell asleep last night at like 8 o'clock. Woke up this morning at like 5 a.m. So I've been up since then, so now my coffee's cold. Alright, well there's an NVAX. Come on. But how does this thing not go up, man? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Tesla testing lows down to 788s. I don't hate the fade on AMD at like 50.03 with the risk of like 50.03, 50, maybe 50.05. 15-cent risk from here.
I'm actually having an order out for 50.05.
I think it also depends on what the SPY's doing. The SPY's starting to head up too. I think if the SPY fades here, it might be good to get in and just risk small, but if I do take it, it's going to be small. Yeah, COTY did bounce there, so good call. Remember, guys, to hit that like button as well. Help me boost the stream back up after my stream died. We got 18 likes. Hit that like button. Hey, what's up, Buzz? I hope you joined my team, brother. If you did, appreciate it, man. Let's do this. Hey, Matthew, man. What's up, Bailey? Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, everyone. A little late to the party. Yeah, man. My stream died earlier. I had a power surge in my house. It could be my crazy neighbor. That's plausible, you know. But yeah, we had to restart it. What's up, Flair? Hey, killing it, man. Nice work, Flair. This is day trading, brother.
All right, guys. Penny stock on the move. CLBS.
Oof, look at NVAX.
Yep.
VWAP
right,
strategies.
3 that I like. AMD, fade, CLVS, VWAP bounce. If it bounces again, that's looking strong today. Dell, if it pulls back to VWAP. Might get filled here in AMD.
SPY pushed above the VWAP for a split second. It looks like it's going to get rejected and come back down, but we'll see. Nice, Buzz. Hey, welcome to the team, man. Let's win this thing, brother. We got this, man. Let's win it.
Short there, AMD.
Late start today. I had 2 extra mile run penalties for bad CGC entry yesterday.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Yeah, man. I like running though, so punishing myself with running. It's like I ran track and cross country in school, but sometimes running might be a good thing for me. I go run like half a mile every day. I don't run that long, but I go like sprint half a mile every day when I first get to the gym to warm up.
AMAT back at VWAP. AMAT back at VWAP. That one looks interesting. I'm in AMD on the fade. We'll see if it works out.
Kind of looking at COTY, it kind of looks like one of these fake out fade strategies. I could risk off of 12.35 and then get in at 12.50, 15-cent risk, set a 13 reward target. Kind of thinking about that. It just depends on the size.
All right, guys, looking good for AMD. Let's see if we can get down towards the 49.80 level, then to 49.65.
Yeah, that one looks good.
And got in at 50.04. We're out to cover some here at 81. Looking for this to get hit again. Market's keeping it up right now.
I'm going to jump in with 20 shares of COTY and just risk small just to get my feet wet. It's a little bit earlier than I usually trade, but I'm taking small size to compensate for that. We'll see. SPY drop in here. That might help you, Mitch. I think that probably should help your trade some too.
Yeah, SPY looks like it's trying to rebound on the 5-minute. We'll see.
On Mitch's screen, I believe the yellow one is the view up, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, correct. Blue one is a 50. Light blue is 9.
Hey, well, good luck, Buzz. You got this, man. Win that thing. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, brother? Hey, man, I checked to see if there's a way for me to gift memberships, and there's not, unfortunately, bro. But you don't need to become a member, man. We got you. We still got your back,
That looks like it's trying to come back. Just holding for a second here, just in case we get the dip that I want. There you go. Break through these 86s. Keeps holding at 86. Don't like that. There's 86. Come on, break through her. Again, hold at 86.
SPY dropping, so I think that'll help you.
That 86 is everything right now. Every single time it touches it on the bid, it scoops it right back up. $86 again on the bid. Can we break through her? Look at that. Look how it just absorbs it. That's called absorption. Finally, we broke through her. Let's see if we can stay below her now. Saw how that 86 is acting. It's a big price point for it right now.
Yeah, for sure.
If not, it's going to reverse on me, and then can't let it happen. All right. Just taking majority of it off. Let the rest of the trade work. Keep bouncing on me in the 86, so there's no point in holding it. It's probably going to come back and stop me out on the last little bit of shares. I'll go ahead and I'll set a stop at my entry. Now that I have some profit, and just let it work. Look for another trade here, guys. All right, I'm really looking for Dow to come back or CLVS. PTON back up there.
I'm in the
Watch
Chevron
this.
Houston Marathon next January. Hey, well, I hope you win that thing, Texas. Let me know where that is. If that's in here, let me know, bro. If that's around. I mean, I live close to Houston.
My impatient might have gotten the best of me there, guys. This is where I really wanted to take profit, guys. We would have been at least at $40 here. And that's really what I wanted to get, is back to break even. But not the worst here. Looking for it to come back down a little bit more. And I'll probably just take profit. Trying to get near break even here. There's a big drop in Lucky. Let's see if we get the big drop here in AMD.
Hey, buddy. What you doing, man?
All right. Cover in there, guys. Taking 33.50 back. Should have held a little bit more, but definitely needed to get back to break even after that bad loss that we had at the Open. EMPH just squeezed us out. Market makers destroying us. So let's just get back to kind of break even here. Try to make a good trade.
Alright guys, so I am in a COTY with 40 shares. Just a small position just to let it test for the VWAP bounce. We'll see if this ends up working out. But just a very small position to let it work. See if we get a move up to like 1270, 1280, maybe 13 if we can. But we're just going to try to be patient with that and just get my feet wet in the market without risking too much since it's a little early still.
Bell is the one that I'm kind of upset that I still don't have, guys. Really like this one. Now it's up there to 52. We'll look for a pullback to 51.75 for that one.
Roku might pull back to the VWAP. That one might get interesting too. It's at 130.40s. Maybe the problem is the risk reward, in my opinion, is not great for it. We'll see. But yeah, with COTY, I'm risking just off of that 1234, 1233 level.
Good Lord, that EMPH went up to 38 and then went all the way down through the low. That's called a trap.
Yeah.
Definitely not trading well today. I'll leave that one alone.
It's probably my son Jonathan. He's running around up here. Back at my real job, and it's a real damper on my open positions. Hey, you know Tefs has an Android app. Just to give you a heads up, Tefs does have an Android app. I have it on my phone. SDC. All right, we're getting hammered here in my little baby trade, but it's down. I'm down like $5 because it's a little baby trade. Yeah, SDC ripping up there.
Looking at Apple for potential fade. What I like about it is tight risk. Did make 3 highs there. It's kind of more of a VWAP reject play.
All right, so with COTY, we're right around that 1234 level. I think that's what I'm going to use as my risk. We'll see what happens there, but it's testing it now. Less than $10 loss, though. Yeah, we're out. Quick breakdown underneath there. I just don't want to risk that. Once it does that, the pattern's not really working so well. And like I said, I think one of the reasons that it's so beneficial for me to trade later on in the morning is because stocks tend to pick directions a little bit in a more clear way as time progresses during the day. You know, a lot of the times that first hour is just especially choppy. It can just cross over and under the VWAP, and that can just fake you out. And so I'm glad I took a small position there, and I'm just going to wait for my ideal time, which really has about 30 more minutes left. Got him, Bailey. Ray Ray's heartbroken now. Yeah, most stuff today's in a downward trend.
I kind of really I like potential for Apple to fade there, but it's a little bit too higher price. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, Apple's one of those ones that I just never traded, and I never really learned it. And looking at the chart, I don't know if I ever really like how it moves, just because most of the time it doesn't respect the VWAP. I don't think. Sometimes it does, though. Looking at the chart, it's not too bad. I guess it depends on the overall market conditions. What is an Android? Like Star Wars? No, an Android is like a galaxy. Well, I guess that doesn't make it any clearer. Android is not Apple. It's not an Apple. It's an Android. It's a Galaxy or a Note. Samsung phone, basically. If you have a Samsung phone, you can download the TEFS app. If you don't have a Samsung phone and you have an Apple, they don't have a TEFS app. And I know people are upset at them for that. But like I said, as a programmer, I understand why. Is because Apple is written in a programming language called Swift, right? Android is written in Java. And so in order to make one for both, you would essentially have to hire either two programmers, unless one that knows both languages, or hire somebody really, nowadays, somebody could use React Native, and that would solve both of those problems. But I think it's been out for a while, and so yeah, Android uses Java, so I'm sure they probably just hired somebody that uses Java instead.
AMD squeezing now. You got Penn at VWAP if you want to look for a fade.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna wait a few minutes before I really start. It doesn't look bad though. I actually don't mind it. But I think I've started.
CLVS came to VWAP right there and I didn't see it. Sorry to interrupt.
But yeah, I think I've been using fake out fades and rebound bounces more than conventional fades and bounces lately. Especially later in the morning, they've just worked the best. You forgot Google was also Android. Yeah, for sure. Android is just the operating system, right? And so Google phones use Android. A lot of people use Android. Basically, if it's not an Apple, chances are it uses an Android.
There's CLVS bouncing.
Somebody's asking, can I look at CLVS? Yeah, this is what I call a VWAP bounce right here. So somebody was asking. So this is what we call a VWAP bounce. Like Mitch just even called this one out. So yeah, it runs up, it pulls back to the VWAP, and then it breaks out. And your goal with these type of strategies is just to enter on the pullback to the VWAP. It's just a dip buy using the VWAP as an entry level and trying to ride it up. A lot of the times, setting a reward target of like the previous high of the day is one of the good moves. But you can take profits. Really, that's all subjective, and whoever's in the trade makes up that. But
No, I like it just because on the daily chart also you're getting a a daily range breakout. And so whenever you get that support, I think it's really good, especially when you had a stock that went parabolic earlier. December 2nd, holding a real bottom here near $8, really starting to push up. I think 923 was the resistance I had an alert on, and it let me know when it crossed that 923.
Let's try to bring it, since we did have to restart the stream, guys, let's try to bring these likes back up. We got 30 likes right now. Let's try to bring that number up to over 100 if we can. You know, we did have to restart the stream. Power went out earlier. And so hit that like button if you appreciate what we do here. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. You know, Mitch and I, we day trade live on stream every weekday morning for free on YouTube. And so if you appreciate the content we put out there, you appreciate the live streams, you appreciate us showing you our trades, us teaching you our strategies, us not charging anybody for anything, hit the subscribe button, guys. And if you click the bell, you'll get a notification every single time we go live, which is every weekday morning. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Shout out to our new subs, which are specifically today. They are Mohammed, shout out, brother. Appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome to the team, man. We got NSLEN. Appreciate the sub. Tariq, Anthony. Appreciate the subs, guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button. Show support for what we do here. I've looked at the stats, and like 40% of the people that watch this stream are not subscribed. Don't let your pride get in the way. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Show support for what we do here, because we all do it for free. And, you know, we appreciate any support we can get. That's right, Precise. You a bunch of freeloaders. Yeah, and besides, I mean, I'm sticking around. I don't start to trade really for another like 20-30 minutes anyway, so stick around, guys. Let's do this.
Penn looks good, but it's only a 25-cent profit. 15-cent risk here if you get it at 32 or 32.05s.
I was gonna say, Bailey, if you don't know what an Android is, you know, you're slacking in life. What's up, Joe? What's up, Joe Monroe? Honestly, yeah, because my wife's trying to buy some of the N95 masks, and like they're sold out. They're sold out for like months. You can't find them anywhere. So somebody needs to step it up and get some.
Just wear a gallon water bottle.
honestly, no. This is really the reality of it. So we're traveling in the next month to Disney World, right? We're traveling, and so we need them on a plane. My wife went and messed up and bought a black mask, right? So we look like ninjas. We straight up look like ninjas. We're coming on the plane looking like ninjas. Like, she should have conventionally bought the white mask. She bought the black mask. So now we look like ninjas.
I like it.
You know,
I like it.
My son is, that's what I tell my son. I was like, look, you're going to look like a ninja. You know, you're a straight up ninja. Act like it. You know, he's all pumped about it. But yeah, we're going to go on that plane looking like ninjas now. You know, because my wife bought the wrong color, you know.
Guys. Oh, man. Dell, come back. Baby, come back. I knew she was going up today. Just didn't know she was going to be that tight. She was she did a VWAP bounce. I mean, if you look at it, that's a VWAP bounce, but it was really, really tight. Not much there at the open.
Yeah, it went bad. Probably.
It was just really the range.
Right. That's exactly what it was. It was just the range is too tight, and it started off above the VWAP. Right, so when it pulls back to the VWAP, it's so sideways when it does that. But it didn't look bad, you know. Risk was small. You can order something.
Penn looked good. One's fading starting. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. My bad. But no, you can order some from China. Yeah, you can, but it's gonna take months to get there. And I don't know if I want
anything.
Right?
Exactly. I don't want anything from China right now.
No offense to China, but if that's the heart of where it's at, especially if
Don't
they're
send it
like,
to me.
yeah, I don't know if I want that. You know what I mean? Now I do think that I don't think the virus lasts that long, and it's no offense to China. I mean, people are halting production in China because of that, and it's not an unreasonable worry in that regard. But yeah, I think I would prefer to not get it from China at this point. Yeah, right.
Ooh, looking at CVLS. I was at the VWAP right now for a second there. It looks good. At least you have a good measured support area. 22s.
Tesla on that slipping side.
Apple just flipped down there. Look at Penn. Good fade there.
Yeah, I was watching.
Glad I was able to call that one out for a while.
Yeah, see, it hurts to just kind of watch some of these go by, but I know I gotta stick to what works, and I know also that the fake out fade and the rebound bounce are a little bit more specific strategies, and so they're gonna happen less often. And so,
Trying to get a good tank. Look at Apple. Get nice little move there in Apple. All right, guys. CLVS pulls back to 25s or 27s. I might take it for a small time long. See if I can get into a great position.
Kicks Miami. So we're day traders, brother. So we're not really investors, right? So we're buying and selling on the same day, most of the time at least. And so most of the time we're not looking at the long-term view. And so most of the stocks that we're looking at, we're not really looking at the long-term view. We're more so getting in and out very quickly, taking our profits and getting out of there. And so with that said, we're probably not the right people to give you, long-term investing advice. And so I just don't want to tell you the wrong answer. We're just day traders, and day trading is super risky. It's at least going to take years. It's at least going to take a year to learn how to do it profitably, and you'll probably lose money up until that point. So it's got a longer learning curve. So just giving you a heads up. But yeah, I mean, you can watch us trade to see what it's like if you haven't ever done it before.
MU, interesting. Check that one out.
Yeah, that one doesn't look bad.
All right, just got filled here. Gonna hold off of 20s here for CLVS. Need to see it hold 20s here.
Yeah, my son's running around playing.
I like my entry at least. We just gotta hold and get back above VWAP.
I got about 10-15 more minutes until I really start to trade. Alright, so there's a Wuhan briefing on now. See if I can find it. If I can find it, I'm gonna mute myself and watch it. Let me see. Alright, here, I'm gonna pause the music for a second and mute everything, so I'll be right back, guys. Alright, so they basically just said that we all got to work together to bring the outbreak under control. That's basically it. That Bill Gates gave $100 million to developing countries to help solve the help with the virus. And so, alright, I took, let me get out, there we go. So I took 200 shares of AMD for this fake out fade. I just made a quick 30-40 bucks on it. I'm still holding 100 shares left. I know I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, but that was the fake out fade strategy that set up there. We're gonna wait, see if we can break down to like 72 for the rest. Only holding 100 shares. I don't mind taking another 50 off though if we get a nice breakdown. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I was just listening to the World Health Organization's conference on the coronavirus. What's up, chat? Let me see. What's up, team?
I saw Japan doing some quarantines. That's what really started getting me concerned.
Adam says we never see Mitch. I hope he's okay. People from Louisiana do weird stuff. You know, Mitch is not from Louisiana. I'm from Louisiana. Mitch is not. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Mitch is not from Louisiana though. Mitch is from Florida.
Yeah. We used to have two faces up all the time, guys. We just felt that it just takes up so much space that
right.
Is it really needed?
It's not. It's unnecessary.
That was really key.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't want to show my face. I got the camera ready, guys.
Yeah. Mitch is in a lot of videos. You know what Mitch looks like. You can hear his voice every day. I mean, we're at a certain point we'd run out of room, and it would be logistically it wouldn't make sense for me to take me down, put Mitch up, take me down. We use a conferencing software, and so with that, it's gonna be harder to put both of us up.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Willing to take a shot here. Just bought 200 more. Let's see what happens here. Holding to a 19 stop out. Don't really want to see it back by 21s, but 19's a stop out, guys. Really would like to see this above 933s. If we can get it above 933s, we should get a breakout. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I'm going to add another 100 back into AMD and try to scale in with a little bit larger size with this one since I do have a little bit green, and then just risk off of that whole $1.50. We are getting a squeeze up in here. Maybe that's not good, but yeah. We'll see what happens. I'm going to add one more position here and try to catch a breakdown here. If it breaks 50, though, I just got to jump out of this thing. I'm in with 200 shares again, or 300 shares, I'm sorry. So we'll see what happens. But, either way, it'll be small.
All right, guys, definitely giving myself some risk here, but I'm going to give myself a shot to make a big gain here. Let's see what happens. Here's 21 showing on the bid. Want to see that 19 hold. $19's on the bid here. Might get out. There's 20. If I see 18's on the bid, I'm just going to step out. Gotta respect it, guys.
Which broker is the best, please? It all depends on what platform is better for you, right? There's different platforms that are going to be better for different people. Like if you want to get started day trading for the least amount of money, I would say TradeNet and Tefs is probably the cheapest way to get started. It gives you their base package is $375. It's the same platform that we use as well. And their base package for $375, you get 14K in buying power to trade with, and it operates like a prop firm. But there's no PDT rule. You can actually day trade and short stocks. And it's just really cheap to get started. I don't think there's anywhere else in the trading world where you can get started for less than 500 bucks. Actually be able to short stocks with no PDT rule. And I think the platform's legit as well, a good platform. It also comes with a course, a demo account, and chat room access. And once you're approved, it operates like a prop firm. And so there's a 70-30 split. And so any profit you make, they're going to keep 30% of it. But again, they're giving you a ton of buying power for ridiculously cheap. And so there's pros and cons to it. But I just think it's the cheapest way. So I'm right around my risk. This is right around my risk for AMD. I'm probably going to jump out here. Let it test. But yeah, it's just really cheap. And the commissions are pretty cheap too. 03 will get me out.
And sometimes you will find these kind of penny stocks like CLVS today.
Right.
That's what I really like. I've been waiting to trade this one. So taking a shot is not a bad thing.
Right. All right, we get a quick drop. Like I said, I think I got to do 49.03. We got very close to my risk there. Hands over the cover button on mine. But if we get a rejection back down to that 49.90, it looks even better. But that's a big if, and it looks kind of strong. I'm pretty sure it's probably just going to pop over and stop me out real quick. And that's okay. Small loss. But yeah, cheapest way to get started. It comes with a course, a demo account, and chat room access. It's just really cheap. You know, people complain about them, but the reality is trading makes people emotional because when you lose, it's very hard to be introspective and be like, you know what, like I made bad trades or I got into dumb trades or I did the wrong thing. It's much easier to blame your platform or your broker or your educator or your YouTuber that you follow. And so I think that with TradeNet, it's just the cheapest way. And I think if you think about it, like you get a $700 max loss with their base package and you're paying $375, so you're getting almost twice as much to lose. And so in trading terms, the risk reward makes sense. You know what I mean? In trading terms, the risk reward just makes sense. It's just cheap. You know, and I think most new traders are going to lose their first account. Doesn't matter where they go. And so I think that it gives traders a cheap option to get started. Yeah, here you go, Samuel. There's the link. Of course, though, we're biased in their favor, though, because we post links. But you know, I just think it's a cheap way to get started. I got to restart this. Something's up with the stream. Complain about them, but the reality is trading there it is. Yeah, all right, there's the link.
Got to be super careful here, guys.
Do we trade breakouts at the open? Not really.
There's 18s. Keeps trying to wick there, so just got to be careful, paying attention to it.
But yeah, there's the intro package link right there for anybody that wants to trade it. It says to use our platform intro package for $375. That's it right there. Are there low cap stocks on TradeNet? There's not many penny stocks and low floaters. There's some, but basically the stock has to have 500,000 shares traded per day over a 6-month period for them to include it on TradeNet. And if it doesn't have that much volume and liquidity, then they're not going to have it on there. And so there's some, mostly meant for mid and high caps though. You know.
Out. I'm gonna keep that loss minimum, guys. Give myself a shot there. Any breakout would have gave us $120 gain. So gonna keep the loss measured there for a 2-to-1 gain. It just didn't give it to us.
And so I took a little bit more profit on AMD off here, and we're back down to the 80s. And so I took about half off here. I don't mind taking a little bit more as it continues to drop, but I'm going to let it test this 80 level, see if we can really break underneath it this time since we've tested once and found some support there. Any reasonable bounce, I'm going to get out a little bit more, but I don't mind letting my last few shares test here for the fake out fade setup. So we're going to give it time. Testing big support at 80, which it needs to break. So we'll see if we get it. Down to 75. I'm going to want to take some off anyway. I'm going to just take half off there. I'm going to let this last little bit work and move on to something else. But holding 75 shares left. And so we're going to find some other stuff. Now the question with AMD is, do I want to add if it bounces back up to this 49.90 level? I could very easily add there and try to bank some profit off that. My ideal situation is down to 70s, or maybe even filling some more of this gap down here to like 49.60s. Again, that's the ideal situation, and I don't know how long it's going to maintain this downward trend. And so I do think I got to be a little bit careful with it. But yeah, I've made about $40, $30 now, $35 or so from this trade since I was down a little bit before I started. And so yeah, we're just gonna be patient and try to make up my decision when we see how the stock moves a little bit longer. Hey, because Texas, it's because it's their fault. It's obviously the Illuminati's fault when I lose on a short-term day trade. I mean, I think that's pretty self-evident. We'll see what happens. Hey, buddy, what is that? What do you have there? Hey, be careful with that, okay? Alright, so there's another spike up on AMD. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe I should get out break even here.
Might just call it a day, guys. I'm not finding any chart I like and not doing the best, so just call it a day.
Sometimes that's the right move. I kind of wish I would have gotten that ad right there on 93 like I talked about, because that would have been lovely. Quick drop back down, but back down to 85, so we'll let it work. Pan's kind of setting up for the fake out fade now, but I could use that 32.25 as risk. If it gets up to 32.15, I could risk off of that 25 level for like a 10-cent risk. That looks good. NVAX, my put option stock, is moving in my direction a little bit better now, but the price still hasn't changed. All right, there's 80s again. Again, I think I can let it test, and hopefully we get that breakdown underneath this big. There's 79, so we did break just now. I doubt it'll hold. Yeah, there's popped right back up. We're gonna let this work though. Just small position, scaled out of most of it already, and we can. There's 79s again. 78 looks good. See, the big thing to watch is to see if this hold turns into resistance. Now there's 75, 74s. I'm gonna get out here. The reason I'm gonna get out is because this is a support level at 73 right here. Not a bad little, $45 win on AMD there for the fake out fade. We'll see what else we get today, but not a bad little win. Looking at Penn, the only problem is it kind of put in a high or low now. Remember, guys, to hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day, and so if you want to support what we do here, hit that subscribe button, click the bell. We do this live for free. Let's try to break 18,000 subs in the next month. We should be able to do that, but let's try. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't, click the bell, show your support for what we do here, and let's keep pushing. Roku getting hammered here too. AMD, if it bounces back there, I like it. Still. Very obvious risk. I might take a swing if AMD gets back up there too. Just depends. Like if it gets up to 92, I'll start to scale in. IBM, JB, let me check that out. Yeah, that one's ripping up. Looks good. Super strong. Here's AMD starting to squeeze back up. The question is, should I or shouldn't I take that swing? There's the rejection. I've wanted to add to it twice, and I've called it out, and then it's gone in my direction both times, so it would have worked out both times. We'll see. We also have PENN, which is right there. I might take it with PENN. It's a little bit. It's not quite a A+ setup, but it's not terrible either. I'm gonna jump in with 100 shares here for PENN. A little bit bigger float. I did have a green trade on this one the other day. I got some cushion to take a swing, and I could just risk off of this 22 level now, so I'm risking about what I profit. So I have that cushion to risk. Still don't mind AMD if it gets back up there. Big if though. Gotta look at where the previous close is too. It's right around 14, so it's above me, which is good. I might consider adding to this one. Too late. Not the best. Like this move though, beautiful move. Lovely. If we get it down to like 88s, I could take some profit off of it. Spy tanking, should be good.
Yeah,
Spy
you blame the Illuminatis.
Yeah.
I'll blame Trump. Let's do the Trump blame.
Yeah, it's all of them, honestly. You know,
It's Bernie and Trump.
Right.
They're working together.
it's Bernie and Trump, 100%. 100%.
Did you see Bernie lost?
I thought I lost to Iowa, man. Honestly,
I
because
did not expect that.
dude,
Did not
people
expect that.
listen. I'm very socially liberal, okay? But what Bernie is preaching is not realistic. And that's what you really got to understand. You might look at Bernie and be like, yeah, Bernie, woohoo, you know. But chances are, if you are rooting for Bernie, you probably don't own a business. And listen, I agree with the social implications of what Bernie is about. I'm very socially liberal. But financially, I can't support that. I just can't. If I own a business, and I can't support that. It's gonna, and listen, I don't even like Trump. Like I said, if you think it's like I'm pro-Trump, I'm not. Okay, but I can't support the financial implications of what Bernie's all about, unfortunately. As much as I think, you know, as much as I am socially liberal, financially, I just can't do it.
Just giving a shout out to Jonathan here. Just letting him know, yeah, man, you guys ever come by Denver, hit me up. You guys
Right,
might
for
trade
sure.
together.
100%. Yeah, let's do a meetup one day, man. You know.
Yeah, man.
You should.
I've done a meetup before with another member in our chat also, so
Yeah.
definitely, guys.
Yeah, James was here yesterday, I think.
Yeah, we did good that day. worked on things together, made a couple trades together, went green together.
Yeah. No
I
problem.
think what James really learned from me was the multiple time frames and understanding that, hey, if you're going to trade these bigger cap stocks, you have to understand their bigger time frame.
Not at all, Jonathan. That was completely unrealistic. You know what I mean? Super unrealistic too. Yeah, and like I say, people think that. Like I said, I don't like Trump, man. I think Trump's dumb. You know, but I do believe in capitalism to a certain extent, and you know, I think that it's very obvious. It's like, look. One of the reasons the U.S. is such a great country and that people want to come here is because we have high standards for all these different things. And I'm not saying other countries don't, but I'm saying our medical care is some of the best in the world. Some of the stuff we make and some of our services are some of the best in the world. And that's obviously why people want to come here, you know, but that is mostly due to capitalism. You know what I mean? And so I get it. I think that there is some unevenness with wealth, and I understand that completely. But the problem is that if you want those good things, there's gonna be unevenness, and that's just life, man. That's just part of life. Like I said, I'm against Republicans in a lot of ways, but that's one of the things. I'm a capitalist. I trade stocks, man. You know, what do you expect me to be? You know. All right, so I'm just kind of sitting here in PE, and I'm slightly up. I'm up $1, about break even. I don't hate it. I do have to watch it, though. Another level I really like is this 32.11 level, because that's the previous closing price. And so if it can maintain below that, I'm loving it. Oh, man, maybe I got out of AMD too early. That thing's down to 45 now, but I guess it's going to happen. Yeah, and that's probably true, Jonathan. Like I said, though, I just can't get behind a career politician that's made millions off of politics and then preaches about inequality, man. I just can't get behind that, dude. It's just unrealistically hypocritical, and you know what I mean? Like I said, I think a lot of times people just kind of follow what their news stories tell them. But I just can't, like I said, I just can't get behind a career politician that's made millions off of politics and then tries to preach to people about inequality and stuff like that. It just doesn't make sense, you know?
It's just a part of it, part of the game. The other side, giving the other side. So, one of the things that you did see though was a good split in the Democrats. If you saw the kind of percentages, they're pretty split in the top candidates. So, we're gonna find out who wins.
Yeah, for sure. So like I'm talking about in the chat, so I don't know if people realize this, but people travel from all across the world to come to the U.S. for medical care. You know, sometimes they have trouble getting here, but people do travel all across the world to come to the U.S. for medical care. I'm not saying that it's good, and I think there's a lot of our medical system is flawed and unnecessarily expensive, manipulative, and fraudulent. Okay, that's true regarding our medical care. But on a standard basis, if you're being objective, we do have some of the best medical care in the world. And so I think people have to be objective. I'm not saying it's great. Or I'm not saying it's great specifically talking about costs. And I think that there's a lot of fraud and a lot of manipulation going on with insurance. But I do think that we have good medical care, and I think that it's unnecessarily expensive, but we do have good medical care. And I think if people need something done, a lot of the times they want to come here, like MD Anderson. Like my wife has the BRCA2 gene, and MD Anderson is the best cancer hospital in the world for the most part. And so to say we don't have good medical care just because it's expensive or because to be quite honest, your news source told you that we don't have good medical care. It's just not accurate. Again, people travel from all across the world to come here for medical care, and I think you have to look at it honestly. All right, so we're getting a rip up. We're at 32.11. We'll see what happens here. It's close to my risk, but I'm holding 100 shares, so it's not a big deal regardless. Yeah, me too. Futures. That's about what I am. I'm a little bit different than libertarian, but I'm very socially very socially liberal in a lot of ways. Most ways, I'll say that. Financially, there's some things I agree with. Like I think Medicare is a good thing, and I think that is our duty as people to care for the less fortunate and to care for people in that regard. But I also disagree with a lot of other ones. So it all depends. I'm torn. I'm roughly in the middle too. All right, we're at $6 down in this one. We're getting a squeeze up. I think I'm gonna let it test that previous close and then just jump out if it breaks any higher. Yeah, there's 14s, 15s, 16s. I'll give it one more second, but yeah, I'm out. Too squeezy. Yeah, MD Anderson saved my wife too. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like people saying our medical care isn't good are just, they have an agenda that they want to push, and it is what it is. I don't like both sides. I don't like both sides. But yeah, people can't say our medical care isn't good. That's just not being objective.
So what's going on, traders? How we doing out there? Anybody doing great? Anybody having some good strategies today? What about Mitch for president?
Hey, what about, yeah, I'd vote for you. 100% Daniel. Yeah, I absolutely agree with Daniel here, actually. Like I said, it's unnecessarily expensive. There's a lot of fraud with insurance, 100%. But, like, if you're talking about a standard basis medical care, if you're talking about, if you leave price out of it, if you look at which one's better, I would say U.S. medical care is by far better than most other places, objectively speaking. But price taken into consideration, absolutely, unnecessarily expensive, and there's a lot of fraud with insurance for sure.
Definitely. I think that's the real key.
Right.
You want to know why medical care is expensive, guys? It's insurance.
Right, 100%. If insurance wasn't around, it wouldn't be that expensive, and that's the issue, But ironically enough, that's actually raised the standard of it to be higher, and so you got to look at it from both ways. Like, yes, it's unnecessarily expensive, but because there's so much money in it, it brings in the best doctors across the world to want to be doctors here because they're making bank here, and so that in turn raises the standard of the medical profession, and I think that is an objective truth, and there's pros and cons to that, in all honesty. Yeah, 100% Daniel. I had a root canal too, man. It sucked. It was thousands of dollars, unnecessarily expensive, which is what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to be objective. It is unnecessarily expensive, but
right, guys,
it is what it is.
Bring a topic to the chat here. So guys, let's go ahead and talk about I'm usually not so much concerned about this, but what is your biggest win? I don't know if you guys saw, but Mir killing it yesterday on that Tesla trade.
Yes, man.
Destroying it. I don't even want to talk about the amount. Let's just say 6 digits.
Yeah, dude made 6 digits. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. One of the cool things about that is, with the competition coming up, one of us could make 6 digits, and that's what I really hope for. I hope someone can really start trading their size and sizing up correctly. when they get into the competition. The competition is in less than about 12 days that we're going to get started here, and that's going to be really fun. I mean, you have the account to go ahead and do the same trade that Mirrors made on 6 digits, so I'm really excited about the competition. They're always fun because it really tests your ability to size up and see if you could stick to the same system.
Right. Yeah, it should be fun. And man, I hear my son banging around upstairs. If you want to join my team, here's the link for that. Completely free to apply to and enter. At the very least, you're going to get a demo account to trade with for a few days. At the best, if you're in that top 3 spots on our team, if you do the best and you're in the top 3 on our team, you win free packages. If you're in the top 20 in the overall competition, you win free packages. It's completely free. They're going to give you $240,000 in buying power in a demo account to trade with, and if you could turn that into more money than everybody else, you win. Completely free. Great competition for new traders to get involved with. And I think it really is going to teach them how to have a little bit of pressure on you to pull through and to succeed. And it's not the full pressure of a live account, honestly, or obviously, but it's a cheap way to get started. It's a cheap way to try your hand, have a little bit of pressure, but not the full pressure of a live account. Again, it's completely free. There's the link if you want to check that out. But yeah, hit that team, join my team. I'll post it one more time. There's the link. Join my team, and let's do this. Let's win this thing. Last time we came in second. Last time we came in second out of 8 other teams. And it's really cool because we're just a free resource and community. We're also going to be live streaming this. We're also going to be live streaming our trading during the competition, and Mitch and I will be competing in it as well. And if I win, I know I'm giving my package to one of you guys, one of our members, if you're on my team. And so join my team, guys. Let's win this thing. Yeah, there goes Pin, so it looks like I got out the right time. I'm still up 20 bucks on the day. Small little day here. ENPH is pulling back to the VWAP. A big pullback too. I like it because the previous close is actually above it now, which is right around 91. 50 cent risk. Doesn't look terrible. The problem is the SPY's starting to rip up. But yeah, guys, whatever your view is on politics, like I said, it's all love here, guys. I hope you guys, I hope anybody in here isn't the type of people that are gonna like judge us for whatever stance we take on politics, because everybody has different life experiences, and so it's all love. We all love you guys, and we hope you are gonna be here no matter what. You know what I mean? Buying 2 shares of the SPY during the dip. Hey, that sounds like it probably works, brother. I used to trade the TVIX, and I would just pair trade the TVIX with the SPY. TVIX with SPY. TVIX is a volatility inverse ETF that's going to do the opposite of what the SPY does. And so if the SPY would run up big, I would short the TVIX and vice versa. And that was actually kind of profitable when I did it. It's been a while since I really did that, though. I might jump in a little bit of ENPH here. Start to scale in a little bit. Big range. Get in a little bit early. I think I've been pretty profitable
today.
Huh?
She's dead to me today.
Yeah. I'm thinking back. I think I've had pretty good results from ENPH. I think I've done fairly well trading it. I've traded it a few times the last month. I know I have. And I think it's gone out pretty well most of the times I've traded it. I can't remember a time I lost with it yet, but I haven't traded it nearly as much as you.
It usually trades well.
Yeah.
Just sometimes it gets spready. That's
Right.
the only thing that could happen to it.
Right. Politics are a joke. Yeah, for sure, man. They're so divisive, man. And you get some people that are just so involved in politics. They're just so invested in it. And I just try to not be like, that's a terrible way to live. And they can, usually what they tell me is so you think we should just stick our head in the sand? And it's like, no, but I think that people got to be objective. I think that if you're 100% one way, you're either trying to fit in or you're dumb. You know what I mean? I think most people are split with politics, and I think that, like I said, I think if anybody tries to pretend like they're 100% in one direction with one party, like I said, they're either desperate to fit in or they're dumb, you know? And so I think people got to be objective and understand, like, people have different life experiences. Like, everything's environmental, and you got to understand that aspect of it. I could probably jump in with a few more shares here if it gets up to like 68. Nah, don't say sports, dude, because I love my Saints. I love my LSU Tigers, you know. Please don't get rid of sports, you know. Alright, so the SPY's up. We'll see what happens here with the market, but... yeah, don't get rid of my sports, bro. Come on now, man. Not my sports. And the reason I really like ENPH is because we have this previous close right here at 36.90. And so I could risk off of that, scale into 36.70, and then risk that 20 cents with whatever sizing I'm using. And I think that makes sense, and that might work. Or that's what I'm planning on, at least. Sports are, I mean, not really. Sports, yeah. I mean, I guess I could see it. It all depends, man. Sports are a little bit less divisive, though. You know, most of the time, like, smack talking sports is just for good fun. I will say this though: when LSU beat Alabama, if you went over to Alabama's forum, those Bama fans were so upset. They were so upset.
Yeah, like, you know, Jonathan, I could be like, yo, John, what happened to the Saints this year?
Don't you dare say it, man. But it's all in good fun, though, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I love my Saints. I think we should have left Teddy Bridgewater in. I think Bridgewater was more dominant than Breeze. I know I'm going to be in the minority that says that. Everybody worships Breeze, and I like Breeze. Breeze is a G, and he breaks records and stuff like that. But I also think that Teddy's got them legs, man, and that we needed that this year. And, you know, I think we should have left Bridgewater in. I think Bridgewater more than proved himself, and we should have left him in, you know. But, hey, it is what it is, you know.
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to add another 40 shares in with 80 shares now of ENPH. Scaled in, down $10. We'll see what happens here. Check out, which one? Let me see. Check out different, wait, let me see. Oh, USO. Let me check it out. Yeah, I mean, that one's just stayed in a pretty steady trend. The problem is the range is tiny. It's got like a 10-cent range on the day. And, you know, it's a tight spread, so you could just attack that range over and over and over again. But the problem is the range is just small. You would have to take big size, and, you know, it's just pretty sideways, unfortunately. The VWAP bounces aren't bad, but for me, I don't know. Just not really my style. Everything's kind of moving back up. I know, man. See, I told you people are going to get upset at me for saying that, man. That's just my opinion, brother. I think regardless of what happened, I think when Teddy played, he was more dominant. And I think that he was more consistent, and he has better legs. And I think that those would have done us a little bit better versus the 49ers. But hey, like I said, I could see the other side, and I love Breeze. As a Saints fan, I love Breeze. But I do think that Teddy proved himself, and that they should have gave Teddy a shot to finish out the year. I think Breeze got hurt, Teddy was dominant, and we should have given him that shot, and we didn't. We let Breeze in, and, you know. I'll say this, in the game we lost versus the Vikings, the reason we lost was because Breeze fumbled it, and, you know, I think Teddy had better legs, and, you know, of course it's hindsight, but that's my take on it. Yeah, can't call yourself a Saints fan. No, listen, man. Listen, I get it. I knew Saints fans. I am a Saints fan. I watch every Saints game. But I think.
I just got back. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Yeah,
But-
no, man. Did you hear what they're trying to do with Hill?
About him being the first string QB, and Breeze possibly retiring. He's got the legs too, and he's a beast, man. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I haven't seen him throw enough. You know. All right, so we're getting a big squeeze up here in even PH. I'm gonna hold this last little bit, and you know, I'm gonna let this work. This is my risk at 89. Hopefully we get a move back under down to like 50, and then I can add some back, but close to getting stopped out. Small part of it. We'll see what happens. All right, see you, JB. Also, guys, like I said, if y'all want to use the same platform as us, I'll throw this link up here again. Super cheap way to get started. No PDT rule. You can day trade short stocks for less than $400. You get to day trade a decent platform with a lot of buying power. The base package for less than $400 gives you $14,000 to trade with once you're approved. You basically become an independent contractor for them. You get to day trade short stocks. It operates like a prop firm, and so there's a 70-30 split. And I just think it's the cheapest way new traders can get started. I think if you're a new trader looking to get started for cheap and you just want to get your feet wet, I think this is the only option. Mostly because it's like, what do new traders do? New traders save up, deposit thousands into conventional platforms, and then most of the time a new trader is going to lose their first account. It doesn't matter where they go, what course they take, what guru they follow. Most new traders are going to lose their first account. And so if you make your first account and you save up thousands, you're probably going to lose thousands. But if you go the TradeNet route, you get a decent sized account for less than $400. I think that just makes sense. It's a cheap way to get started, cheap way to get your feet wet. It also comes with a course, a demo account, and chat room access. And I think that just makes a ton of sense for new traders. It's a cheap way to get started, and I think that it's going to save new traders money in the end. And so we'll see what happens with Breeze next year. But yeah, if you want to check that out, there's the link. Like I said, they do have a sale, $375, $14,000 in buying power, day trading course, demo account, chat room access. There's a $700 max loss, but you're paying $375, so you're almost getting twice as much to lose. And yeah, there's a 70-30 split, but it operates like a prop firm, and I think it's just the cheap way to get started. So. Yeah, I'm still pumped up about LSU's win this past year. I have a buddy, like my best friend in the world. I realized he knew nothing about football when he told me that LSU had a bad O-line this year. And I'm like, what? Yeah, my friend literally told me that LSU had a bad offensive line this year. And at that point in time, I knew my best friend knew nothing about football.
Nah, dude, let me know that guy. I want to fade his picks. Just fade him.
He's my best friend in the world, man. But like I said, at that point in time, I knew he knew nothing about football. And my first response was like, "What? They had a great." Oh man, I gotta get out of here. I just got squeezed out. But my first response was like, "What, dude? LSU had a great offensive line. That's one of the reasons we won the national championship is because our O line, man. What are you talking about, dude? You know." I think he was just trying to fit into the conversation because I was talking about it. But yeah. This is when I knew my friend knew nothing about football. See ya, Buzz. Later, brother. Yeah, we're just hanging out. I was in that trade, lost. It is what it is. I might look at Penn again, though. Squeezed out on ENPH. The market is really, a lot of stuff is just running up, unfortunately. So. Maybe I should have, I had a good green day, and I made a bunch of money, and then I just gave it all back. We'll see. It's still early. That's right. Go Tigers. Yes, sir. That's right. I guess I'm going to attack Penn again. I don't really want to, but if the setup's there and it's good risk reward, and I guess I can take a swing here. No, he meant O-line. He said, that's what he said, is offensive line. And just to put it into perspective, if you don't know anything about LSU or football or anything like that, LSU's O-line won the award for the best offensive line this year in college football. So yeah, just to put that into perspective. I'm going to scale in a little bit bigger with the pin here, just in case we do get a large break. Small position, but we'll see. I might have some setups with ENPH or AMD or MU. Like, if they pull the fake out fade, I might be able to get into a few of those setups. That's what I'm kind of looking for. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live on stream. We are right here on YouTube every weekday morning for free. Day trading live. We're not experts here. We are not gurus. We just teach you guys what what we're working on, what works for us, what doesn't work for us. And you all can make your own decision. Everything we put out there is free. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button, click the bell. Shout out to our new subs today. We did get a few new subs like Nate, Mohammed, and what's up, guys? Appreciate the love, team. Appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Show your support for what we do here.
All right, guys. Been really focusing here, trying to bounce back. Felt that, with that 2 losses and kind of getting a little bit emotional there, wanted to focus in on a trade that I thought really had great potential, but I really didn't want to mislead anyone in the wrong way. I know a lot of traders jumped on that CLVS with me at first, so I stopped out of that one and got back in it near the bottom there. I'm paying attention to it. I'm taking a little bit of profit into this first pop, but just gotta try to be managing this trade the right way.
Right.
One of the things is I've been bouncing back in the afternoon by taking a little bit more risk sometimes, but that's not always going to pay off, so you have to be smart with that trade. I was in this trade and I got to the point where we kept it to 2 or 3 cent risk. That's really the key, is whenever I do size up, guys, I tighten down on risk. We're going to see if this actually does break out or not. If not, we just get rid of the position, get a small win for the day, get ourselves a small green, and then we're right back in this.
Yep. Yeah, you're pulling what you had to do what I did yesterday, which is just take a minute, man. It's tough. It's tough.
Sometimes you got to,
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to take another 100 off here at 40s as it breaks through 40. I'm thinking it's going to get to 50, but want to make sure that we take some profit here. It's holding up there a little bit. I'm just going to sell it 100 more shares, make sure that we pay ourselves, that we're in the green for the day. Small, but we're in the green. Now let's keep these last 300 shares for a good breakout here. Through the 44s, I think that's when we're going to see the really big volume step in. Let's see if there was a big buyer to step up here. The reason I really got in this one, I saw 300. Let's see if I can pull it up here. There it is. You guys seeing my screen here? You're going to see this 920 order here. There's a 920 order that went down for 359,000 shares. That's what really I need to pay attention to. Once I saw that, any dip, I was thinking of buying. It dipped down. I bought it up as soon as it dipped, and was able to get pretty much the bottom there. But definitely What the only thing that really got me interested was that huge amount of volume coming into the stock. USO. Was that oil?
Yeah. Yeah, I looked at it earlier. The range is just too small for me, unfortunately.
Yeah, oil's been getting destroyed. You know which one was the interesting one? The energy sector. Remember with that big...
CEI?
Yeah, the energy sector, they thought they were going to start coming back, but I think they're still being held down.
Right.
That used to be one of the safest bets, guys. Like 10 years ago, energy was one of the best trades you could do.
So yeah, so I scaled into
It's one of the
pin.
worst.
So I scaled into pin here with 250 shares. We're gonna let it test here. That previous closing price is gonna be my risk with this one, and maybe it's just not my day for this one. My risk is about 32.13, so a few cents away. I'm also in AMD small, and if this doesn't work, I might close it down. Getting squeezed out of both of these, but down less than like 60 bucks, 70 bucks on the day, so no stress, very small.
Let's look at the next stop, guys. Where's the next stop? If we get through these 44s and rip through 50. On my chart, it would show over at this level for 962s, 960s. And then from there, I think we can make our way towards 990s. So those are my two target price points. Talked about it in the chat. I was looking for this one to go through the first price point, which was 33s and 44s. And then from there on, I was looking for 10. So let's see if we can get that real momentum push. Hit that resistance there at 944s. See if it continues going here.
I'm about break even in both of these now, which is good. So they both kind of reversed. We'll see what happens, but
the stock that I'm talking about, Berto, is CLVS. You can see at when was the time exact? At 10:53:31, there was 359,500 shares that went through in one order.
SPY reversing. I think that's going to negatively affect me here too. SPY's up to 331.60.
Yeah, I didn't even calculate it out, but you might be right dead on that number.
What? Which one?
350K
Yeah.
times 920. We're talking about over $3.2 million position put in one spot, guys. I'm definitely holding on to this, guys. Let's give it a shot. If it shreds through 50, we'll start getting the idea. We want to see that big buyer spike up the volume again. Let that volume spike up to 100,000, 200,000. Show that we want to do a continuation move. You see this volume right here, guys? This is time and sales and level 2. Now we want to see that price action. All this get bought up. There's 123 at 50. There's 59 at ARCA. And then there's 50 on NASDAQ. So watch how that shows up again. The 51s, and you want to see that just break through. What I mean by breaking through is there's a wall there, right? So if you see 150 go to 120 to 100 to 80 to 60 to 40 to 20, that's the wall being broken down.
Alright, SPY ripping up here. We're not ripping up. SPY pushing up. It's up to 331.70s. So that, like I said, that's probably going to at least negatively affect my AMD trade. Keeping it pretty small though. I'm down $50 on the day. We'll see what happens, but yeah, we'll see. SPY would have to get rejected here in order for this one to turn out well. PIN's not looking that bad, and I do have more shares of PIN though.
All right, guys, those sellers at 50 holding it up right now.
Do you think this is the right time to add for Uber? I don't know, man. I haven't looked at Uber lately, honestly.
Okay, here's 49. Watch when the 50 shows that 122, if it does what I talked about earlier. There's the 50s, some of it filling. And immediately back down. Why? Because those sellers that were on the 50, they pulled off their order. That's why you can get tricked by the level 2 guys. Looked like it was going to... Go ahead.
I was just saying, I got out of AMD there. We'll see what happens with ENPH or with PENN, but neither of them looking good. I'm down about $70 on the day, so it's still pretty small. We'll see what we get. Kind of looking at MU2, but I think the SPY ripping up, breaking 331.70s is the big catalyst that drove at least AMD up there. And if the market starts to reverse, then that's just going to drag my short positions up. So might get out of this one soon too. But like I said, down $70, $68, so small.
All right, guys, if this does pull back, we want to see it hold 940s. Keeps trying to rip over that 950 seller, but he's holding it up.
Why does this tell me I have 0 people watching? Do I have more than 0 people watching, guys?
I hope so,
Can you
because
guys
I'm
hear
watching.
me? Morale
Nah,
says
you got like 155 right now.
Yeah, okay. Somebody said I wanted to get into this, but it looks hard. Yeah, it is hard. It's super hard. It takes like a year to learn how to do successfully, and even then it's not necessarily guaranteed. And for that entire year, you'll probably lose money the entire time. And I'm probably the only person that'll tell you that. It's extremely difficult. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and during the entire time that you're learning, you're going to have penny stock gurus that are going to push you to buy their course, and they're going to tell you that you can get rich if you buy their course. And they're going to flash Lamborghinis and mansions at you, and it's just going to be a big mess. And so try to ignore them. Understand that you'll probably lose money for at least a year. Doesn't matter what course you take either. And they're going to promise you the world, so just try to avoid that. You know, learn how to trade slowly with small size. Go very small. You don't need to go big, and take the time. If you want, hit that subscribe button, brother, and then go check out our channel. We have a playlist with like 25 free classes that kind of teach people how to trade. So go check that out if you want to as well. I'm going to get out of PENN here and probably just close it down. I'm down $80 on the day. Not the best day for me. You can see I'm going to show you my P&L, and then I'm going to just close it down. But yeah, it is what it is. Not a great day, not a terrible day. Less than $100 loss, so it could be a lot worse. So I'm just going to hang it up, guys. You know, and if I don't hang it up, I'm just going to trade off stream. But I might hang it up. We'll see. So Jimmy, so technically you're not guaranteed. Technically you have to apply to receive it, but I'm pretty sure if you don't get it, they'll give you a refund up until you make your first trade on the funded account. So I'm pretty sure they give people, and I've had people, like, we make a commission if people sign up, and I've had people that have gotten refunds before. And so I'm pretty sure that you can get a refund up to the first trade. Like if you make your first trade on the funded account, you can't get a refund, but anything up to them, then you can. And I think they say apply for liability reasons, but it's best to reach out to them and ask them. Technically, it's an educational package, and you're partnering with them, and they're allowing you to trade their account. And so it's a little bit different. That's how they set the rules with $700 max loss, 70-30 split, if that makes sense. But again, best thing to reach out to do and ask them, because I'm pretty sure you can get a refund. I'm not 100% sure. But I've never heard of anybody not receiving their account. Like, nobody's come up to me and been like, yo, I've never gotten my account. What's up? You know, and so best to reach out to them and ask them, but I'm pretty sure you can get a refund if you don't.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I think they do is, while you're saying they receive the opportunity, is that at the end of the day, they have some things that are gonna kind of judge you. You got to be logical. They want you to kind of understand trading. They try to talk to you, see what your understanding is, how much of a beginner you really are. And at the end of the day, they don't want you to immediately lose an account, and that's really I think they're backing on that and why they check. You know, they want you to really understand what you're doing before you get into it.
Right, for sure. And it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's like I said, somebody asked, like, do you think drop shipping is good? No, I think drop shipping is a complete rip-off, too. Yeah, can you make money with drop shipping? Sure, but you're not really doing anything, and so it's so saturated that it's going to be so difficult to make any money with drop shipping. It's just, I'll put it this way, more people make money teaching people how to drop ship than they do actually drop shipping. You know what I mean? It's just another one of those things that people search how to make money online, drop shipping pops up. You know what I mean? And of course, the people selling courses are going to be like, nah, you can make tons of money doing it. Just buy my course. But it's so saturated. It's so saturated because you're essentially just you're essentially just, you're not doing anything. You're not buying any actual products. And so it's so saturated, it's extremely difficult to make any money drop shipping. And like I said, the people pushing it are usually trying to sell you a course on drop shipping, you know. And they might flash P&L and they might make a video about it, but the reality is it's so saturated, you know. I think if you want to make money online, the easiest way is probably to start an Amazon FBA business. That's still going to take a few $1,000s, but if you want a short-term business that you could start with like $500 and you can make thousands of dollars a month doing it, I genuinely think the best thing to do is to sell used books on Amazon. You can use your phone as a scanner and download a scanner app and scan barcodes on books. You can go to like Goodwill and thrift shops and buy books for like 50 cents. And I'm telling you, I still run one of these businesses. You can buy books for 50 cents. And some of these books that you're going to find just selling for 50 cents a dollar at thrift stores are going to be worth $20, $30, $40, $100. I've sold books that were worth like $800 that I bought for $2 at a thrift store. And so if you want a cheap business that you can get started with immediately, that you can actually make a lot of money on, if you devote the time to it, you're going to have to hustle and go out to thrift stores. But download the scanner app. They got a good one called A Seller Tool. You can also buy a Bluetooth barcode scanner and just go to Goodwill, scan books, and you're going to find some books that are super valuable that you can sell for huge margins, and you can throw them on Amazon and just sell and just make bank on Amazon. That is the easiest, cheapest way to get started if you want to start your own business for like $500 or less. Now, I think there is a ceiling with it, and it takes a long time, and it's not passive at it by any means. You're gonna have to hustle to do it, but that's the easiest way, and that's the highest percentage way to do that, and that's what I would suggest. You kind of got to be in a big city though, or be around a lot of Goodwill stores, you know.
All right, Sog asking that he's doing paper trading with a million, but thinking of having only 1,000 once he actually goes live. What I would recommend is either you trade with what you expect to have, or you do what we like to call the one share rule. The one share rule is very important because it teaches you to trade per cent. What I mean by per cent is cents per trade. How many cents did you make versus how many cents you lost? I think that's one of the most important statistics that most people don't track and will really tell your judgment on your trading. Because if you're, let's say, losing 15 cents on the day, but when you make your money, you're making 30 or 40 cents on the day, then that means you're doing the right job. You're trading a process and you're trading kind of that right risk to reward. But you notice differently. Hey, when I'm trading 1 cent per share, when I lose 30 cents. And when I win, I'm only making 32 cents. That's going to be a little tough to be, profitable. Your accuracy level is going to be up at 70 or 80 if you're going to be profitable. So those kinds of things is what you really need to look into. Understanding of risk management is always the first step to trading. And then I would go ahead and start going into patterns and charts and how you execute that. But really the key first thing is understanding what risk management is and how you apply that to your trading.
So basically what you do, Morale, is you can download a scanner app. There's one called FBA Scanner, and it's using a subscription service that costs like $10 a month. It's called A Seller Tool. Okay, and you scan the barcode of these books, and you can give it parameters, like if the book is worth over $10, ring this bell, like make the bell ring. Right, so you can just scan, ding, ding, ding. You look at the book. The book's worth $40. You buy it for $1. Throw it on your Amazon store, and you just go around and you go to thrift stores, and that's how you do it. Basically, it depends on how much it all depends on margins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all about a lot of people do this, even just garage sales.
Right.
You can make your money. You just gotta hustle.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can make bank doing it, man. Like I said, I make a few $1,000s a month doing this, but I've built up a library of tens of thousands of books, and so it's a little bit different. And I'm not even focusing on that as much anymore because I don't need to. But yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. It's just to do it that way. You're gonna get a lot of people telling you, "Oh, drop shipping's the way," or other stuff. And I'm here to tell you, anything that seems too easy is usually not. And it's usually super saturated, like drop shipping. I mean, come on. Super low percentage play. People just push it because you're not doing anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's too many schemes out there, guys.
Right.
And also, I think what John should, at least my suggestion would be, what John's also telling you guys is that that's not going to make you $1 million, but it can make you a good extra income.
Right. Yeah. I at the height of my Amazon business, I was making about $4,000 to $5,000 a month. You know what I mean? $4,000 to $5,000 a month, which isn't chump change. I mean, that's good money. You know what I mean? That's above the median. Yeah. That's above the median income in the United States. And I was making more. I was making that. I had better months. I had worse months. But that was on average at the height of my store what I was making. And like I said, I've scaled it down a little bit because I don't need to make as much from there anymore. I've built up other revenue streams at this point. But I think that's the easiest way to do it. And I think that you could get started for like $300 and just turn it into a working mail order book business from home. And it's very easy to do. The hardest part is actually getting reviews on Amazon, and so my suggestion is just to be really nice. Anybody wants a refund, just give it to them and just try to build up some positive feedback on Amazon so you'll sell more. But yeah, it's super easy, and you might think, well, that's chump change, but nah, dude. Like I said, you'll find books that you buy for 50 cents, $1 that are worth $50, $100, right? You go to 3 stores a day, you find 2 books, each worth $100 and a bunch more. You get your business rolling, you're making $200 to $300 a day, and it's very possible and plausible to do. You just gotta hustle,
That's what it's about. It's what it's usually always about.
Yeah, so on Amazon Morale, you could basically just click match price, match low price, and so I would just match the low price of the book. At all the other Amazon sellers, I would just match what the lowest price is, just sell it quick, get it done.
Smart man.
Yeah, I'm not trying to nickel and dime people. I'm just trying to sell it for the lowest price. The lowest price they sell for is what I would use to determine. Like if the lowest price they're selling for is $50, I'm buying it. You know what I mean? And so that's the price I use to judge, not the middle price or the median price. I would just use the lowest price they sell for because that's what I'm about to list it for because I want that thing sold quick and make my money back quick.
All right, guys, if this doesn't break out through 50 here, it breaks down through 44. I'm going to sell a little bit more just to make sure we take some profit and doesn't come all the way back to our number. But it looks good. Everything's still looking great, still looking positive. But I also am in agreement that, hey, we're really good in the green. We're not going to let this go back to kind of a loser. So we're definitely going to take some profit if it pulls back on us. All right, traders, if this is your first time joining the stream, definitely hit the like, hit the subscribe. Guys, we do this every single day. In the morning, we break down news. Even if you're not a day trader and you just want to go over some stocks in the morning or just have some really cool talk, definitely stick with us in the morning. We talk about the top movers, penny stocks, biotechs, even some sports talk every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you want to see if I really know what I'm talking about, look at this. So I've been in the top 4 in the mail order category on Amazon. A book I personally wrote called How to Sell Used Books on Amazon. You can see my name right there. It's in the top 4 on Amazon, and it's been there for years because I know what the hell I'm talking about. You know what I mean? With Amazon business, I've been doing it for years. But yeah, like I said, I'm in the top 4. I've really thought about putting out actual hard copies of the book, but for now it's just an ebook. But yeah, I've been there for like 3 years now. I've been in the top spot on top 5 on the mail order category on Amazon. You know. What's a good swing? If anybody knows, I don't know, man. I don't want to tell you the wrong answer, to be honest. I don't know, man. I don't want to tell you the wrong answer, brother. You know, and I very easily could. So I'm just not gonna say nothing.
Yeah, it's swing trading. Let me tell you guys, is a lot of the times, even at the best profitable strategy, I haven't found one that's higher than 60%, or at least anyone states is higher than 60%. So that means what? Coin flip, guys. So it's just a matter of what? Risk management. 100%. Whenever you do a coin flip strategy, it's just going to be, can you manage the risk? Can you take the right risk to reward? And you'll be in the green if you do it right. But I'll tell you right now, it's tough. Right. It's tough to always judge the ranges, tough to always measure the risk, tough to always take the reward needed. That's also hard. A lot of traders struggle on their green trades. They can't hold. They see it spike up any green and they just take it off.
Right. Yeah. The real question is whether your risk reward can compensate for the lower accuracy rate. That's the real question. Can your reward to risk ratio compensate for a lower break-even accuracy rate? And if it can, then good. If it can't, don't do it. You know.
100%, and that's a big part of trading. It's understanding that right there.
Right. That's what nobody ever talks about, you know.
Yeah. You know, there's some people that tell you they got 80, 90% accuracy. I'm like, are you sure about that? And if you're doing that, what's your risk to reward when you set your trades?
Right. Yeah, because even if you're accurate 9 times, or, you know, if you're accurate 9 times out of 10, but when you lose more than you win those 9 times, then it's still not worth it. Doesn't matter what your accuracy rate is. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
All right, guys, a little pullback here. It got bought up immediately when it hit 44. So let's see if it just spikes through 50 here. If not, 44 will be our stop for at least, we're going to take 2/3 of the position off if it pulls back through 44.
And remember, guys, hit that sub button. We do this live for free every day. You know, we are not experts or gurus. We just teach you guys what works for us. And if you appreciate that, hit that sub button, click the bell, turn on notifications. You know, come join us every morning for this live stream. And yeah, hit that sub button. If you click the bell, you will get a notification every time we go live. And we go live every weekday morning. Yeah, MYO is going absolutely nuts, man. I'm scared of that one. That's one of the stocks I'm just legit scared of. You know.
And I did not like how that quickly turned around at 50. There was an 85,000 shares that went through at 950 there. I thought it was going to break out, but definitely held down. So move through 44s. I'll sell half of the shares. This is what I've been trying to do lately, and it's been really working, is trying to hold towards the supports. If it breaks supports, I take more profit. If it continues running, just let it work.
Right. Hey, my man Yoshi. What's up, brother? Oh yeah, Yoshi wanted us to talk about our platform. And so here's the thing, Yoshi, right? So Yoshi wanted to talk to us about the pros and cons of our platform. He said he's on the fence about it. And so I think that was a good time to do it. Okay, so the big thing you want to understand, Yoshi, is that it is more so, it's going to be more favorable for traders that trade small. You know, and you can build profit, but there is a 70-30 profit split. And so if you take the base package, which is $375, and you know, they give you 14,000 in buying power to trade with. Hold on. Sorry, I'm scaling out of AMD.
Yeah, I just took some profit, guys, myself. It dropped what? Through the 944s. I'm not going to go ahead and hold there. I'll hold to the next support, which is 940 for the rest.
So I scaled out, effectively rebounded completely on the day. I'm up, made $140 on this AMD trade, or on AMD so far today. I'm going to hold the last 125 and let that work. But yeah, all right, so anyways. But yeah, the big thing you got to ask yourself is that how often do you trade penny stocks? Because the biggest flaw of them is that they don't really allow that many penny stocks. It's not that they don't allow them, it's that they don't list many penny stocks because they have an average liquidity that they need to hit before they list it on their platform. But they do have IPOs, and you can trade IPOs usually day of IPO. As long as it's like a big enough IPO, you can trade that and short that day of. And so that's one of the huge benefits as well. The other thing is that, so there is a 70-30 split. So they give you the $14,000 funded account. And I have had buddies that have done withdrawals. They got their money in like 9 days, wire transfer. So they do pay you if you know you make money, and you can request one withdrawal per month. And obviously, since the account costs a certain amount, they're going to make you hit a certain amount before you can withdraw. The base package, I think it's like $300 in profit, but ask them, best to reach out to them and ask them specifically that. But yeah, that's the big thing you want to understand. And so, pros, like I said, day trading ability, very cheap, no PDT rule, shorting ability, shorting IPOs. Cons, not many penny stocks, profit split. $700 max loss with the base package. And as you go up in packages, all right, so this is actually breaking out really nicely. I'm going to take another half off here. And I'm going to hold this last little 50 shares left to see if we get like a huge drop under 50. But yeah, cons, like I said, not many penny stocks, profit split, and max loss. But the base package has a $700 max loss, and you're paying $375. So even that is good risk reward. You're risking $375. You're able to lose $700. You could potentially make money on it. And I think the bigger thing to consider is like, look, man, like some paper trading platforms over 3 months are going to cost the same as an intro package. And so if you can extend that intro package for 3 months, you're essentially paying what, like $125 a month to actually potentially make money. And so think about it in that way, and I think in that way it makes sense. But again, everybody's different. It's all different for each people.
All right, guys, paying attention to LK here. LK liking that VWAP fake out fade setup there. We're going to see what happens here. I wanted to come up and test the high again, 37, and then reject. We'll see what happens.
So yeah, those are the pros and cons. I'll post this link if you want to check it out. Of course, we're biased though, you know what I mean, because we post links for them, so naturally we're going to be favorable for them. But I like I said, I genuinely think it's a cheap option, and I think it's cheaper for a new trader to go that route than to deposit thousands and risk thousands as a new trader, because I think most of the time they're losing that.
You know what I think is you have to find what works for you and how you can trade on probably an everyday basis, because that's probably what you're trying to do. And at the same time, be able to trade with a good amount of buying power, which I think that's really a strength of TradeNet. And also low commissions. You know, we're not going to be able to get the zero commission because we're not with over 25,000 in an American broker, but we can't really hold that to a negative. The only thing we can do is try to find a low commission platform that we could still focus on our strategies. I think that's really the goal of any trader, is finding what platform works best for their strategy. And, you know, John and I tried not to go too crazy with our sizing. You know, a lot of that has to do with, hey guys, we're 100% live in front of you. You know, this isn't fake. We can't just grab 2,000 or 3,000 shares every trade and expect to be profitable in front of you guys.
Yeah.
So we try to keep it realistic, which is to our benefit in TradeNet. We don't want to be using 1,000 shares or over. You know, we could use 1,000 shares on certain positions, but the risk needs to be so tight. You know, and that's really the key, guys, is this is not about, I think TradeNet's not about the guru trader that's trading with 20,000 shares. It's about the trader that's working their way up. You know, 200, 500 shares, it has a real benefit there. You have a real strength there in trading the stocks that you want to trade with as low buying power. You could have gone the account for $375 and still have 14,000 in buying power. That you're not going to get anywhere else. So
all right,
definitely check it out, guys.
Yeah, for sure. AMD testing those lows of the day. It's down at 49.40. I'm probably about to get out the rest here. I'm going to get out there. So $61 up on the day. Was able to effectively rebound. I'll definitely take it. Look, you can see my P&L here. $164 I made on AMD today, and that was more than anything. Overall on the day, I'm up a gross $61.65. So I will take that. Ended the day green, was able to rebound. Like I said, sometimes just like Mitch, man, I'm trying to put my, I don't, people underestimate how difficult trading on stream is. It's extremely difficult, guys. It's very difficult to trade with hundreds of people watching you every single day. And so sometimes I got to take a break and be like, look, I need to focus. Like I'm just going to put my screen down or, you know, put Mitch up, and I'm going to just take some trades and try to mentally focus. And it's super difficult, man. People don't understand, you know, it's extremely difficult, but
we show you guys both ways.
Yeah,
that's the key.
Yeah, I show you guys my tickets. Here's my tickets if you want to see them. You know, you can see my P&L. I post that every day. We live stream a large majority of them too. And I mean, look, you can see my platform. You know, I'll open it up like this if you guys really want me to. But you know,
a lot of traders out there are going to show you P&Ls. The best traders out there will show you their average cost on their order form. And that's also another thing that you can look for. A lot of times when you hear these people say that their average cost is at something, why can't you show me your account manager that showed me that you bought it at that price?
Right.
I think a lot of the traders out there, if you ask them to show you their order form or their account manager and actually show you the average cost that they got, it's probably going to be off from what they're telling you.
Yeah, it's one of those things where a lot of the other people, it's one of the reasons like I respect Mir and like TradeNet, because they're not sleazy with it. They're not flashing Lambos and mansions, man. You know, they're just trading. That's all they are. That's all they're about. They show you their trades. They live stream every day too. As much as I hate to say that, because they're kind of competitors of ours, but they do. And like I said, in the end, they're actually not sleazy about it. And not only are you getting a course and a demo account and access to their chat room, but you're getting the funded account, which gives you so much more leverage to succeed and learn. And I think that's the real key here. You know, you got other people that are streaming and they're just showing you scanners sometimes, and they're not even showing you their executing platform. They're just like, oh, yo, I'm in this stock. And it's like, sure you are. And if it's a low float stock, you should be worried, because they've probably been in that stock and now they're pumping it up if it's a low float stock. And so that's why, like I said it yesterday, man. Mitch and I could probably make more money if we just put out one daily video instead of live streaming. But we live stream for transparency reasons, and so we hope you guys appreciate that. But yeah, we every day, Sway, every single day. What do you guys think about Ricky Gutierrez? I think that he's more of like a generic trading channel. So he kind of, I'm not going to say I'm hating on him for it, because he does what's probably the smartest thing if you're trying to grow a YouTube, which is put out really generic high audience videos, you know. And it is what it is. I'm not mad at him. Like, let him make his money, man. You know what I mean? Like, let him do his thing. I'm not mad at him. I think, you know, it is what it is. I try not to say bad things about specific people, you know.
Yeah. My thing is just what he trades. If you really look at what he trades, it's mainly commodity based.
Right.
And I don't know about you guys, but the oil game, you don't want to mess with those traders.
I'm not doing that, man. I'm not trading those ETFs. I'm not trading DWT, UGAZ. That's not what
That's
I'm doing.
what he trades.
Yeah.
And he trades them pre-market a lot of the times. It doesn't let you know that he has the position until he adds to the position at the open.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
I've seen him do that, and I don't like that. I think he makes his money. His money's real, but at the same time, got to be careful with that.
Yeah, he has a younger audience. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's part of that niche, like, you know, get rich quick, you know, this is what I do, and I get it. He's making his money. Listen, he's damn sure making more money than I am, you know, and I'm not mad at him for it. Like, let him do his thing, man. Like, I make money. Mitch and I make good money doing this too, and I make money in other ways, and so we're all comfortable. But yeah, he's one of those, like I said, just puts out generic content. They've got a lot of YouTubers that just put out what people are gonna click on, which is usually like penny stock. And I'm not even saying Ricky, because it's not really Ricky, but I've seen a lot of people put out like penny stock, the best penny stock strategies, and we put out some videos for that. But I think what you really want to understand if you're freshly coming into the trading game is that, number one, when you get here, penny stock gurus are going to market to you, and number two, penny stocks are the lower percentage way to make money. Most professional traders do not trade penny stocks. Penny stocks are what is marketed to new traders because they're the easiest to market. But you look at professional traders, you look at algorithms, most of them are not making money on penny stocks because, again, penny stocks are less consistent, they're harder to trade, and they're way more risky, you know?
Yo, man, okay, doing the fake out fade to a T. I said bounce one more time above VWAP to that resistance line. Beautiful trade there. Okay, with the fake out fade.
Yeah, it looks like I took profits at AMD was the right move. So you're on 150 of CLVS. What's that? Yeah, I might close it down soon, Mitch, if that's cool, man.
Where would you attack that chart, John?
Which
for
one?
The fake out fade. Okay. What would be your price point? Like mine is, I was looking for that next bounce into the 90s after it broke down that big red.
So my VWAP is right around. Let me pull this up. So my VWAP is right around 3660. Yeah, 3662 is where my VWAP is for LK, and so I would look for it if it bounces back up to 3662, and then I would risk off of 3723. And then I would set a reward target down at 35.72 right here. So this would be my reward target right here. That's where I'm looking to take profits. This is where I'm risking off of, and this is where I'm trying to enter. It's so not a terrible, but yeah, I'd essentially wait for it to bounce up to the VWAP now. That's how I approach the fake out fade. So it's like you look at risk. If you get in at 36.60, You set your reward target at 35.70. Your risk is, or your reward is 90 cents, and then you get in at 36.60. Your risk is about 40-50 cents. So it's almost 2-to-1 reward to risk if you use those levels. Not quite though. It's still about 1.5 to 1. But that's kind of how I approach it. It all depends on how high it broke above the VWAP, and you could always set a tighter risk too. You could set 37 whole dollar level, then your risk is 40 cents, your reward is 90 cents, so it's over 2-to-1 reward to risk. But it's all subjective and preference based, really. But yeah, guys, I'm probably gonna close it down soon here. My kids are home from school today. Let me put Mitch up.
Looks like mine was a beauty, guys. Maybe shouldn't even have sold that 150 shares, but one of the key things is keep the account moving. That's what I wanted to do. I'm keeping the account moving in the greens today, guys. So that's the idea. Let's let this work. I'm going to go ahead and set a stop here at this 944. I want this to continue on up to the 60s and 70s. First profit would be through the 60s here, but that was when we had 300 shares. So I'm looking for it to continue on up there closer towards 10 today.
Yep. All right, guys. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and close it down. But yeah, stock's saying LK was crashing. Yeah, and that's what they're saying. The strategy Mitch and I were talking about was a short strategy. So the reward was below it and the risk was above it. You know. But yeah, guys, like I said, you want to use the same platform as us. I'll post this link. Also, Trade Ideas does have their test drive going on right now that lets you try them out for, what am I doing here? Oh, nope. That lets you try them out for 2 weeks for $8.99, super cheap. I pay $120 a month roughly for these scanners, and so half of that would be $60. The fact that you could try them out for 2 weeks for $8.99 is super cheap. Great way. If you've ever thought about using Trade Ideas scanners, and their premium scanners as well are included in this, I'm pretty sure. Go check out the link I'm about to post. First link I posted was wait, let me find it. The first link I posted was Tef's link, and let me find the Trade Ideas link. So if you want to use TradeNet and Tef's, there's the Trade Ideas link. There's the TradeNet link if you want to use the same platform as us, and let me find the other link for you. Hold on. Also, guys, like I said, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'll post our Discord link here as well if anybody wants to check out our Discord. Let me see. All right, so yeah. Here is the test drive link. Let me find it. February test drive. There it is. All right, so yeah, here's the link if you want to try out Trade Ideas. Like I said, it's pretty cheap. Watch out, Bailey. Be careful saying that. Be careful. But yeah, there's the Trade Ideas link if anybody wants to check it out. If you want to join our Discord, Mitchell, I'm sure will probably post this in P&L in our Discord once we're done. So if you want to see what that looks like, yeah, I'll post this link here as well. And like I said, guys, we are not experts here. We are not gurus. We just kind of teach people what we do. And, you know, here's the link if you want to check it out. But yeah, hey, Addicted said, good show, guys. No fake stuff here. I'll be watching it from now on. I appreciate it. Like I said, we're not experts here, man. We're not gurus. We have no pressure on us to be profitable, and that's why we can show people all this stuff, is because we're not selling you a course. Like, we don't have that standard to live up to. We just all we are is a free resource and community. It's like a blog or a forum that's just a free resource for traders. That's us. We're just a free resource and community. I could lose every day for a week, and nobody could get mad at me because I'm not an expert. I'm not a guru. I think my account's in the profit, and you can see my account's in the profit. But in the end, like I said, we don't have that standard to live up to. And so if you appreciate that, up a little bit today. My account so far is about $1,700 in profit. I'll take that. But yeah, that's it, guys. Hit that subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. I'll see you all tomorrow, same time as always. And yeah, have a good day, guys. Good luck.